in the coming session. Jai Sri Ram, welcome everybody. Welcome to Bharat Marg. Welcome Priti ji. Welcome Vinay ji. Thanks for joining Bharat Marg. Friends, it is amazing. Today we are going to discuss about Canadian stuck. Okay, worldwide. Dunia pura Canadian stuck. Okay, thanks Mr. Justin Trudeau. No entry in India. For no Canadian can go and get a visa now from anywhere in the world to get inside Bharat. Okay, visa process shut, and Canadian PM Trudeau to be blamed. Okay, let's see the discussion with the Vinay and Priti ji, political analyst, and as they expose the anger of the Canadian traveling to Bharat. Okay, and what is happening. इसके जाने के पहले दोस्तों please make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video as much as you can, and help us to reach out to maximum number of people, and so that we can spread the message true with facts. Okay, and also friends, please make sure to subscribe the channel. Subscribe कीजिएगा और बेल बटन दबाइए ताकि हमसे जुड़े रहें आप. हम जब भी लाइव चलें आपको पता मिलेगा, आप आके हमसे जुड़ सकें. इसके अलावा now you can get one dharmic message every day in your WhatsApp. All you have to do is send us a WhatsApp to +16479644790 and stay connected with us. आपको जो लैंग्वेज में चाहिए उस लैंग्वेज में धार्मिक मैसेज मिलती है. Okay, but anyway, now let's get started. Okay, Vinay ji, Priti ji, welcome. Okay, let me start with Vinay ji here. Okay, Vinay ji, Canadian stuck. Okay, and that's the subject of the day. And visa process shut. इसका blame किसको देंगे? Who is to be blamed? What the Canadians are talking about? Vinay ji.
Thank you. There's a lot going on. I mean, like we are very kind of aware of what's going on with the relationship between Canada and India after Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, openly announced in the Canadian Parliament that they have. I don't know the term that he used, but they have convincing allegations, something like that. He said that Indian government is involved in the assassination of Hardeep Nijjar, a terrorist. Actually, he is a Khalistani terrorist, and who was settled in British Columbia. He held a Canadian passport. So the Trudeau government's stand was that any government outside, forces cannot, interfere in the affairs of Canada, the sovereignty of Canada. So somebody can't come in another country. Officials from another country can't come in and carry out an assassination of a Canadian citizen. So that was the whole thing, and they said that they have ample evidence and blah blah blah, and that triggered a whole bunch of things. Suspension.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it means they said rah when Osama bin Laden was killed in Pakistan, whether the Pakistan doesn't have any rights to protect their citizens over there, or their people over there.
A lot of things have happened. Al-Zawahiri, the Osama bin Laden, the Baloch, that one of the leaders, exiled leaders, that happened, the assassination that happened in Canada. All these have been brushed under the rug, pretty much. Nobody cares. But it's just that because of the political.
You mean Karina Baloch?
I kind of understand. Yes. Trudeau. You guys also have to understand Trudeau. Like he's a gentleman. He's actually a good guy who's actually trying to protect his own interests.
But let me say you what when you are talking to the people who see what we are finding out. Okay, one question to you, Vinay, before going to Priti ji for a quick minute, if you can answer it in 30 seconds. Okay, so. people have important work to go to India. Okay, they had to go for wedding, they had to go for seeing their parents, and so many other things. And now they can go; they are stuck. And who they are blaming for this?
The I heard some
Prime
interviews.
Minister Modi or Trudeau? Who they are upset at?
I heard certain interviews, people standing in the lineup in British Columbia and Surrey, in Manitoba, in Ontario, and many other places where Indians have been literally thronging the Indian, what I mean, not Indians, the Canadian citizens of Indian origin, maybe, or any Canadian who wants to go to India. They're all kind of congregating near the embassy, not the High Commission, but the consulates, and maybe even the BLS office. BLS is actually a subcontractor for Canadian to issue visas and stuff. So they process the visas on behalf of the Indian consulate. They receive the visas and they send it to the Indian consulate, and they process it, of course. So these guys, there's a lot of lineups, and then people were interviewed, and they are blaming Trudeau in most cases, but some of them are also blaming Modi for this. Okay, but what I'm surprised is they don't understand. I mean, one lady was saying, "Oh, you cannot inconvenience public." That is so naive. Like, people are so naive, and they're so interested in their own things. Like Trudeau, right? He's interested in protecting his own interest to stay in power as the Prime Minister of Canada, which I understand, because everybody is power happy. But these people have to understand what happened. Who is Niger? What happened to him? I mean, like, how did he get killed? Was really Indian government involved? Like, these are the things that you got to answer, because you can't come in public and say that, oh yeah, Indian government, we hold it responsible. So India retaliated by suspending visa services, and this has inconvenienced a lot of people. And I know my family, friends, and stuff who are traveling, who had travel plans in November. Everything is in limbo. So I think
I think his internet has created some issue. So let's continue. Okay.
Yeah.
So विनय जी, जो भी आपने कहा, मैं उसमें एक दो चीजें थोड़ी क्लैरिफाई करना चाहूंगी, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि ये वीजा प्रोसेस के बारे में जो भी है ना, वो बहुत ज्यादा एम्बिग्यूटी है कि एग्जैक्टली है क्या ये चीजें, राइट? सो मैं क्लियर करना चाहूंगी कि जिनके पास ऑलरेडी वीजा है इंडिया का, कहीं से भी है, किसी भी कंट्री में है वो लोग, लेकिन जिनके पास ऑलरेडी वीजा है, इवन दो दे आर कैनेडियंस, ओके, दिलीपन जी, we continued because I think
yes, please carry on. Please carry on.
So ये जो वीजा जिनके भी पास कहीं से भी है, वो डेफिनेटली ट्रैवल कर सकते हैं, उनके ऊपर कोई रोक नहीं लगाई गई है,
राइट? इंक्लूडिंग OCI.
यस, इंक्लूडिंग OCI. सो बेसिकली पॉइंट ये है कि अगर आपके पास वीजा है, प्लीज कंटिन्यू. अगर आपके पास OCI है, प्लीज कंटिन्यू. लेकिन नया OCI इश्यू करना या नया वीजा लेना, जिनके पास वीजा है ही नहीं, उनके लिए ये स्टॉप किया गया है, और वो दुनिया के किसी भी देश से नहीं कर सकेंगे, those who are Canadians. But those who are Indians already in Canada, they can definitely go back because they have Indian passport. Those people with Indian passport do not have any issues. Only those people who have
No, it's only for Canadians. Yeah,
right?
See,
Canadian passport,
Priti ji,
only those people have issues.
Priti ji, some of the comments are coming in. Diplomatic move by India, says Srivatsan. Okay, and you also see Ramji says Justin Trudeau is very बेवकूफ आदमी, इलेक्शन जीतने के लिए सिख वोट चाहते हैं, लेकिन सपना सरकार नहीं होगी, इनका सरकार नहीं होगी, वही वो बोल रहे हैं. Okay, who is responsible? Stake a country for a fox. Okay, ये क्या बोलते हैं मुझे समझ में नहीं आया, but that's what it is. Okay, but it looks like they are blaming Justin Trudeau. Okay, for it, and you have the right to protect your people. And I want to show you something. Okay, I want to show you something. Okay, Vinay ji, what do you think? What are you hearing? Who they are blaming?
Like I said, most of them have been blaming Justin Trudeau for this. And
Because
some of
his dad made 300 plus Canadians to die in Kanishka Airlines.
100%, because if we have to hold anybody responsible, it was the government at the time that we should be holding responsible, because you know what, in 1982 I recall Indian government actually requested Canadian government to extradite Parmar, who was part of the Babar Khalsa International, because they had strong intelligence reports, evidence that there was going to be a serious terrorist attack in Canada or in India by these people. So they just wanted to protect and just caution the Canadian government. But Canadian government said, no, we are not going to do that. Sorry. And 3 years later, Parmar planted a bomb in the Air India Kanishka, and 329 people died as a result. So that was extremely unfortunate, which could have been avoided. And but it's too sad that this happened. And then it took 18 years after that for Canadian government to ban Babbar Khalsa International, because I don't know what the reasoning was, but from what I hear, Senior Trudeau was upset with the Indian government because India does not accept the Queen of England at the time, did not accept the Queen of England as the head of state. They only accepted her as the
So
head
he
of
killed his own people.
This
Okay.
is unfortunate. But yes.
Anyway, we will go in detail. But Priti ji, you see here, I'm just showing you on the screen. I'm going to make it full screen for the viewers to see it. See here, people are not ready to do anything now against a terrorist. They are not. They have no patience. Here, you see here. Okay, this guy, the singer was coming to India, and he was coming in and he was saying that he wants to. He wants to come and do the performance. He showed the wrong map of India with with India being without Jammu Kashmir and Punjab. Okay, and this guy now, okay, you will find it very interesting. He was having 4.4 million followers in X. Okay, just before this incident last week. Now it has come down to 1.1 million from 4.1 million, because people say, I don't want this guy. That's it. They banned him. Okay, it's not the government gave him visa, but they don't want to do anything. And also I want to show you something. I kept it here, but I will show you here. See here what is happening. Okay, all of a sudden now the Canadian government, they want visa from the officers, but every Gurudwara, Ramneet Singh Bittu, one of the Congress MP, whose grandfather, the CM Bittu, was killed by Nijar, okay, Nijar and group, okay, and he says Nijar was holding in charge of 10 Gurudwaras. 10 Gurudwaras, and we don't know that. We go there and we give money. You know what I mean? And these money go there. He says, why do you go there? This is Congress MP. Okay? He says, Pannu holds in charge of 100 Gurudwaras. We don't know these things. Who are on the back? He says every Gurudwara is owned by these terrorists. You don't know that. You go there and you give the money, and they fund the political party, and they fund anti this thing. And guess what? Today, Trudeau government told them to remove the terrorist. They had the photo of the visa officials, consulate generals and all, to kill them with the picture, their picture that is removed. And now I will hopefully show in a minute. They are removing the Khalistani banners from the road. Are they scared now? Because what do you say, Priti?
देखो, scare are they scared? I mean, देखो, किसी को भी गलत काम करने से पहले डरना ही चाहिए, चाहे कोई भी हो, चाहे कोई भी कंट्री का हो, कोई भी इंसान हो, कोई भी रिलीजन का हो, कोई भी हो. गलत काम अगर आप करते हो तो आपको जरूर डरना चाहिए. और दुनिया में ऐसे लोगों को गलत काम करने से रोकने वालों की संख्या ज्यादा होनी चाहिए, वरना तो फिर ये दुनिया विल बिकम अ केओस, विल बिकम अ टेररिस्ट पैराडाइज, राइट? तो बिल्कुल डरना चाहिए, ऐसे हर बंदे को डरना चाहिए। तो वो तो मतलब पक्की बात है। और दूसरी बात कि ये कैनेडियन गवर्नमेंट ने अगर ये स्टेप लिया है कि ये चीजें रिमूव करवा रहे हैं, तो इट इज एक्चुअली टू लेट फॉर कैनेडा टू रिएक्ट दिस वे। They should have taken care of all these things। ये कोई आज की बात है, ये तो पहले से हो रहा है, कितने टाइम से ही हो रहा है। और इंडियन गवर्नमेंट इसी चीज के ऊपर, तो इंडियन गवर्नमेंट कब से डोजियर्स दे रही थी, कब से इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ने ये कहा था कि ये फला फला चीजें आपकी कंट्री में हो रही है, उसको हटाओ, ये चीजें, ये इतने लोगों को हमारी कंट्री में वापस भेजो, क्योंकि ये हमारी कंट्री में इन लोगों ने टेररिस्ट अटैक किए हैं या हत्याएं की है या ऐसी कोई चीजें की है जिसके ऊपर हमें उनके ऊपर न्यायिक जांच करनी चाहिए। तो क्यों उस वक्त कनाडा ने सपोर्ट नहीं किया गवर्नमेंट को? अब आज अगर जस्टिन ट्रूडो को ये कंप्लेन है कि इंडिया हमारे साथ कोऑपरेट नहीं कर रहा, तो भाई तूने क्यों कोऑपरेट नहीं किया? तुम्हें तो तुम्हारे फादर को भी इंडिया ने दिया था, तब क्यों तूने कोऑपरेट नहीं किया? उस वक्त तुम्हारे फादर ने कोऑपरेट नहीं किया। और 2014 से मैं मानती हूँ कि पुरानी गवर्नमेंट जो थी 14 से पहले की, उन सभी गवर्नमेंटों ने भी इनको लिस्ट दिए थे, लेकिन आई एम श्योर कि 2014 के बाद तो क्लियर कट नाम और पूरे डिस्क्रिप्शन के साथ उनको लिस्ट दिए गए। क्यों तुमने कोऑपरेट नहीं किया? देखो सीधी सी बात,
बिल्कुल,
मैं आपको
बिल्कुल,
करती हूँ तो आप मुझे
बिल्कुल
कोऑपरेट, और क्यों करें? दूसरी बात ये है कि गलत इल्जाम भी लगा दिया। अगर आप
absolutely
करते हो और फिर गलत इल्जाम भी लगाते हो, तो ये नहीं चलेगा।
see here, Priti ji, they are removing the hoarding from everywhere. Modi treatment is working. That's what it is.
Yes.
Now the colleges are afraid they are going to run free. See here. Do you see it?
Yeah.
They are removing the hoarding everywhere. Okay, terrorist hoardings they are removing, and they have, but it is too late. Too late, too little.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. It's actually too late. ये सारी चीजें आपने पहले नहीं क्यों की मिस्टर ट्रूडो ने? उनकी गवर्नमेंट
and Vinay ji, let me ask Vinay ji a question. Okay, see how their thing is. If you kill a white guy, you are a terrorist. See, let's face it. Osama bin Laden was a terrorist because he killed a white guy. If you are killing a brown guy or a black guy or anybody other than white, you can do it. You are an activist. You have freedom of speech, law of the land. What do you see in that? What's your opinion on it?
I mean, there is a hidden agenda behind all of this, because you got to keep in mind.
Do you think it's a racism?
I don't know for sure, but the fact of
these guys can come to India and kill. Okay, they are not counted as human being for these guys.
Right.
No, but if you kill in World Trade Center, they will come into the country and kill because you are a terrorist.
Exactly. I mean, I like to talk with facts and evidence, and don't want to speculate on something. But yeah, I mean, that's a possibility. I'm not denying it, because we've seen a trend actually in the past, and they made a big issue about, if you remember the journalist who was killed in a little while ago. I think it was in Turkey, and he was a Saudi Arabian
who got eaten away.
Correct. And and Canadian government made a big fuss about it. Guess what the Saudi Arabian government did? Because they blamed Saudi Arabia for the assassination, and Saudi Arabia immediately suspended the visa services, recalled their ambassador, kicked out the ambassador of Canada, shut down the consulates, and they basically said that's it, no more trade with Canada. And basically, who suffered? It was Canada who suffered, and
Canada and Canadians basically.
It took years for that relationship to be, to be rebuilt, right? So likewise, in like what you said, yeah, I agree to a certain extent that this is possible, that there could be a racism factor or whatever it is. But end of the day, going back to what you just showed about a video, right, with Canadian government reacting and pulling down the hoardings and billboards and stuff like that. You got to keep in mind that's not enough, because yesterday, as you know, most recent one, CP24 still is coming back. I mean, CP24, CBC, all these are controlled by the government. Okay, you got to keep in mind the journalism, the freedom of speech, what Mr. Trudeau keeps talking about, that is not 100% in Canada. Okay, the government
That's
still
not
controls
there.
some of these, media actually in Canada, and they announced that, oh, now we have solid evidence that India is behind this. Indian government is behind this, because we have evidence from one of the Five Eyes, which is the United States, that apparently they have, recording of some Indian diplomats discussing this. But my simple question is, how can a government monitor another country's diplomats? Isn't that interference in another country?
You know what? They don't care. Okay, Priti ji, what do you say? See. Let me be honest with you, Priti ji. Your word on it. Okay, if you kill in World Trade Center, if you kill whites, you are okay. You are called as a terrorist. You go and kill brown people, black people, purple people, anybody other than white. Oh, they are activists. Is that a stand of the country?
Absolutely, honestly speaking, it is something called opinion of the West. Okay, so West अगर कुछ भी करता है तो चलता है. वो ओसामा बिन लादेन को पाकिस्तान में घुस के मारता है तो चलता है, वो ईरान में जाता है तो चलता है, इराक में जाता है तो चलता है, अफगानिस्तान में जाता है तो चलता है, राइट. लेकिन अगर हम इंडियन लोग कहीं जाके किसी को मारते हैं, वैसे तो ये मारा नहीं है हमारे गवर्नमेंट ने, कोई इन्वॉल्वमेंट हमारी गवर्नमेंट का
अगर मारा तो भी क्या प्रॉब्लम है? टेररिस्ट है.
एक बात समझो आप, मैं सीधी कंपैरिजन करी हूं. जब इंडिया ने पाकिस्तान में जाके ठोका था उन लोगों को, इंडिया ने हाइड किया था?
नहीं.
इंडिया ने एक्चुअली क्लेम किया था कि यस वी डिड दिस.
तब क्यों पापा कनाडा चुप रहा?
तो इंडिया कोई कावर्ड कंट्री नहीं है, ठीक है ना. इंडिया इज नॉट अ कावर्ड कंट्री. अगर इंडिया ने ठोका होता तो खुलेआम बोलता कि यस हमने ठोका है और ये मोदी जी है, ये कोई XYZ नहीं है, इंडिया का प्राइम मिनिस्टर है.
And this place is filled with the gang wars, drugs.
Doesn't matter, this is a gang war, yes. But लेकिन हमारा पॉइंट क्या है कि इंडिया ने अगर ठोका होता तो गर्व से बोलता कि हाँ ठोका है और आगे भी ठोकेंगे, ठीक है ना. ये बात है. लेकिन क्योंकि इंडिया ने नहीं किया, इसीलिए इंडिया ने क्लेम नहीं किया. बालाकोट में जाके जब ठोका तब तो हमने प्रूफ भी दिए थे ना कि हमने ये किया है. तो आप समझते क्या हो इंडियन गवर्नमेंट को?
अगर प्रूफ चाहिए तो बाद में देंगे आपको, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं.
दूसरी बात मैं बताऊं कि जैसे अभी आपने कहा कि अगर ओसामा बिन लादेन को अगर मारते हैं क्योंकि उन्होंने 9/11 किया, गलती किया, मारा, सही किया, लेकिन क्या हम उसको ये कह सकते हैं कि वो कंस्ट्रक्शन इंजीनियर था जस्ट बिकॉज? नो, यू कांट से दैट. उसको अगर हम कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर कह सकते हैं तो फिर निज्जर को हम प्लम्बर कह सकते हैं. हाउ कैनेडियन गवर्नमेंट इज सेइंग कि निज्जर इज
वो प्लम्बर नहीं था, he was a president of a gurudwara. Let's not forget it. He was a president of a gurudwara, and as per Raminder Bittu, who is a Congress MP and grandson of the CM Bittu, who was killed by Nijjar, okay, he says he was the operational head of 10 gurudwaras in Canada.
वही तो बात है कि एक तो है ना, ये इन चीजों को इंडिया में भी करेक्ट करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि ऐसे कैसे हो गया कि इस तरह के टेररिस्ट कनेक्शन वाले लोग गुरुद्वारा के हेड कैसे हो गए? ये भी तो एक इंडिया को भी तो करेक्ट करना है, और स्पेशली गुरुद्वारा कमेटी जो भी होगी पंजाब की, उनको भी तो अपनी चीजों को करेक्ट करना है कि हाँ ठीक है. देखो वहां आप जानते हो कि ना इंडिया में या वर्ल्ड के कहीं भी जितने भी हमारे सिख भाई बहन है, उनमें से हार्डली नंबर ऑफ पीपल यू कैन काउंट ऑन द फिंगर्स कह रहे हैं कि इतने ही लोग ये सपोर्ट करते हैं इन लोगों को. बाकी के जो सारे सिख भाई बहन है वो तो स्ट्रॉन्ग नेशनलिस्ट हैं, वो भारत को अपनी माता मानते हैं और हरगिज इन लोगों के साथ नहीं है। तो ऐसे लोगों के दान से ही तो गुरुद्वारा वगैरह चलती है ना चीजें। तो वो लोग वहां जाके दान कर रहे हैं, तो क्या ये टेररिस्टों को फंडिंग करने के लिए कर रहे हैं? उनको पता ही नहीं है ये चीज।
वो करते तो वही है।
हाँ,
वो तो होता वही है,
वही बात है, लेकिन होता इसलिए है कि लोगों का इस चीज के बारे में कोई नॉलेज ही नहीं है। आम बंदा जाता है वहां, अपनी जो भी रखना होता है वो डोनेशन कर देता है, निकल जाता है, उसको ये पता ही नहीं कि उसके डोनेशन का क्या हुआ। अब हमें ये क्वेश्चन पूछना पड़ेगा, हर हिंदू को, हर सिख को ये क्वेश्चन पूछना पड़ेगा। हिंदू भी मंदिर में जाते हैं, हमें भी नहीं पता कि हिंदुओं के पैसों का क्या उपयोग होता है। तो हिंदुओं को भी ये सवाल पूछना पड़ेगा कि वी नीड एन आंसर, हमें क्लियर कट इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए कि ये पैसों का क्या होता है। ऐसे आप कोई भी पैसा उठा के किसी को भी फंड कर दो, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता। सो वी हैव टू बी मोर विजिलेंट इन हिंदूज एंड सिख भाई, दे हैव टू स्पीक अप।
Let's go to 30 seconds. So, Vinay ji, whatever you want to say, plus who do you blame for all the headache that people are now stuck? What do you say? Your final word, Vinay ji.
No, I feel pretty daunted because this is not going to be easily resolved, and I don't see it getting resolved very soon. So I mean, like, I like the poster that you just put up. That's Ujjal Dosanjh, the former Premier of British Columbia. He said only 2% of Canadians are Sikh. If a section of this wants Khalistan, let them have it in Canada. I totally agree. Let the government, is if there's so much into appeasement, and if it is a true cause that the government of Canada is supporting and condoning, or rather not condoning, I should say, support. I'll just use the word supporting the Khalistanis, then you know what, he should carve out a small section in British Columbia. There's so much land, or in Alberta, or in Winnipeg, or wherever.
Given 2-3 places, no, what's the problem?
Yeah, exactly. And make one of them the capital of Khalistan, and you call them, like, there's a place in Manitoulin Island, which is Northern Ontario,
and in that way Justin Trudeau will get more votes from these guys.
Yeah, so there's a place called Wikwemikong in Manitoulin Island, which is in Ontario. It's called an unceded territory of Canada, which means it's part of Canada, but it's unceded, and it's held by the natives. So like that, they can give it to Khalistanis and say, okay, this is it. But you know what? This is not going to get resolved soon. All right. So because if Trudeau is so caught up with his power hungry thing and whatever, and he's basically, he doesn't want to shake the government, and he doesn't want to upset Mr. Jagmeet Singh. So he's doing everything possible in his hands.
We will talk in the next sector. I believe he's a net loser. But anyway, let's Priti ji, your last word. Visa problem. Who is to blame? 30 seconds. Let's finish it off.
ब्लेम तो 100% कनाडा और जस्टिन ट्रूडो को ही है। 100% ही इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर व्हाटएवर इज द रिएक्शन ऑफ द इंडिया। ओके, वो हुआ है कि वीजा बंद किया, वो एक्शन का रिएक्शन है, ऐसा नहीं है कि
और ये क्या इमेच्योर है क्या वो, या ऐसा ये डिप्लोमेट को फायर किया है, पहला कदम उसने ही रखा।
Exactly. So that was an action which was a wrong action by him, and then India reacted. और जब इंडिया ने रिएक्ट किया तो आप लोगों को तकलीफ हो रही है, और मैं मानती हूँ कि बहुत सारे कैनेडियंस को तकलीफ हो रही है, जो कि यूजुअली हम चाहते हैं कि आम लोगों को तकलीफ ना हो। लेकिन अगर हम किसी देश के हैं तो हमें हमारे देश के स्टैंड पॉइंट के साथ खड़ा रहना पड़ता है। हो सकता है कि इंडिविजुअली पर्सनली हमें कुछ तकलीफें हो रही हो जो कि हमें लगता है कि नहीं होनी चाहिए, यस, लेकिन व्हेन इट कम्स टू अवर कंट्री, वी ऑल इंडियंस हैव टू स्टैंड विथ अवर कंट्री। ऐसी बात नहीं, हम कनाडा में आए हैं, लेकिन इंडियन ओरिजिन के जितने भी लोग हैं उनको रहना पड़ेगा इंडिया के साथ।
my last word is simple, प्रीति जी, my last word is simple. ट्रूडो, तुम्हारा तो अभी डिवोर्स हो गया है, तुम जाके तुम्हारा अगर कभी बात हुआ तो तुम्हारा बीवी से बात करो, पूछो कि तो उसका रिश्ता क्या है माँ के साथ, अभी भी है क्या? यही रिश्ता है हर भारतीय का भारत के साथ। वो अपने माँ है, हम न छोड़ेंगे न भूलेंगे।
लेकिन है ना, ये दुनिया के लोगों को ये माँ वाला रिश्ता नहीं समझ में आएगा, लेकिन क्योंकि दुनिया में सिर्फ भारत के लोग हैं जो अपनी धरती को माँ कहते हैं, और कोई अमेरिका माँ बोला, कोई कनाडा माँ बोला, जर्मनी माँ बोला, कोई अपनी धरती को माँ नहीं कहता। एक पूरे विश्व में सिर्फ भारत के लोग हैं जो अपनी धरती को माँ कहते हैं। तो ये चीजें इनकी समझ के बाहर
but so many innocent people struggling because of one stupid decision by the Canadian government led by Mr. Justin Trudeau.
And I want to add one more thing here. जैसे विनय जी ने कहा कि यहाँ छोटा सा खालिस्तान दे दे, मैं कहती हूँ कि ये खालिस्तान वालों ने तो इतनी डिमांड भी नहीं की, फिर भी हम कह रहे हैं कि छोटा सा खालिस्तान कनाडा में दे दे, तो वो क्यूबेक वाले को भी थोड़ा सा छोटा सा क्यूबेक दे दो ना, है वो भी तो बेचारे कब से मांग कर रहे हैं, वो तो जब से खालिस्तान नहीं मांगता था तब से मांग रहे हैं, तो उनको
बिल्कुल we will talk in the next session, friends. Next session, okay, next video is going to be about the political benefit, political ramification, किसको क्या फायदा मिलेगा, नुकसान होगा, इसके बारे में डिस्कशन होगा। ज्वाइन कीजिएगा नेक्स्ट वीडियो, we will be starting the discussion very shortly and looking forward to see you then. Until then, jai jai Sri Ram, jai jai Sri Ram.
जय